Glacier National Park.
We are.
So, I think we're going to try to cover like some of the big things to try to see here at Glacier National Park because when you get here, there is any of these national parks. I believe there's a lot of stuff that you can spend a lot of time at, and it can be. I think for me, it's a little overwhelming, and I think that goes with any national park that you go to. But for Glacier, we're going to try to cover a couple of the big things. But we are going to go ahead and start here. We're here at the Logan's Pass,
The visitor center, which
visitor
is
center.
like right there.
Right there. And one of the things, it's August.
It's August, and
It's August.
50 degrees.
You can see what we're wearing. The kids keep complaining on how cold it is. It's in the 40s, and it's in August. So they are making a killing on toboggans, sweatshirts, anything long sleeve right now because most people are coming up here and they're realizing, holy cow, I did not dress appropriately. I'm going to give that to you. Dressing appropriately when you come on something like this.
Yeah, so just check the weather before you come in because, yeah, it can be really cold. We were swimming here at the bottom of the mountain.
Like
so
a couple days ago?
Yeah, a couple days ago. It was like in the
Yeah.
80s, and we were swimming in Lake McDonald. Well, maybe not swimming, but we were certainly putting our feet in the water and playing, and
Yeah.
the water was not
nice.
not super cold. So,
Yeah.
so just make sure, I think, especially if you're going to change in elevation quite a bit, and we are, the clouds have rolled in. I think that makes it probably a really big difference on
Yeah.
how cold it is up here. So I would recommend wearing layers and windbreakers because the you can wear warm stuff, but the wind will cut right through you if it's a windy day like it is today.
Yeah, for sure. And the other part of that too is if you check the website, it's really good to check the website because Logan's Pass, or not Logan's Pass, is Hidden Lake is closed because of bear activity.
Yeah, we saw that actually. You want to check if you've got a big hike planned. It takes about 45 minutes to get up into where we are here from the west gate.
But you definitely want to check.
Definitely want to check to see what is open before you make a long trek because, like with any of these national parks that we've been to, it can take. They're huge, right? So it can take a long time to get from point A to point B. So if you've got a hike that you're looking forward to, it would be a really big bummer to drive an hour or so and get there and be like, oh, it's closed. Like today, Hidden Lake, the trail to Hidden Lake is closed. There was talk that it might open, and we actually didn't take our own advice and did not check the website before we got here today, but it's closed due to bear activity.
So learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, so, and they said, we did talk to a ranger, and she said that they have to have 3 days of clear, like they go through and actually walk the trails, and if there's bear sign or there are bear sightings, then they'll close it, and it has to be clear on their walkthroughs for 3 consecutive days before they will open up the pass. And I think when you guys were up here the other day, though, we thought it was going to open today, so I think it had been clear.
It was supposed to be open, but supposedly they're seeing more bear activity.
Must have had bear sign between now and then. So
for sure.
Anyhow, so check the website for trail closures and openings right now. I know there's a lot of campgrounds even that are closed due to bear activity as well. I looked at there's postings at pretty much every visitor center that tells you kind of what the openings and closures are on a big like bulletin board. And a lot of them were due to bear activity. So
well, hey, we're going to go ahead and get up the trail, and here in a little bit we're going to show you one of our favorite places that we have found, and maybe a couple of them that we're going to find. So anyways, stick with us.
Right of the winter illustration is the summer and spring rendering, depicting a completely brown ptarmigan standing
What's wrong, Jake?
and camouflaged within brown
It's
rocks.
getting really annoying.
Are you cold?
A speech bubble appears
Yeah,
above its head, and it boasts
pretty
to
cold.
itself.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like 40 degrees out right now.
I'm almost invisible.
When is it? Is it August? It's August, isn't it?
No, it's July.
No, it's August.
Okay, it's still August.
A speech bubble
Pretty
opens
cold.
next to the ground squirrel, and it exclaims, "Hey,
Pretty cold for August.
where'd it go?" At the bottom of the panel,
Well, this is the thing. You never know what you're going to walk into when you're walking up a trail. This is the reason why you want to have that bear spray on you, just in case. Pretty crazy. Pretty awesome to see this here in Glacier National Park. Two bachelors walking around. Andi, turn around. What do you think? Getting a chance to see a lot of wildlife, aren't we?
Yep.
Right off the trail.
All right. There you go. And repeat after me, okay? So, as a junior ranger, I will do all I can to take care of and protect Glacier National Park and the plants and animals that live here. I promise to continue to explore, learn about, and respect the natural world wherever I go, all over the country, and at every other national park. All right, congratulations, you two. You are now junior rangers here at Glacier National Park. And you also are...
Highline Trail. You can see we have to hold on to a cable.
And if we don't,
There's a road down there. You can see how small the cars are and how far you would fall. Highline Trail, and this is the gap.
Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest parts.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. All right, let's go ahead and keep walking. I'm gonna show people what it looks like. Whoop. All right, let's go. Hey, hang on. Let's, okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Stay off the side, Rebecca. Let's go. What does mountain goat sound like again? Oh my. What was it again? That was a mountain goat? It was. That's a pretty good mountain goat. Jake! Where's your sister? Let me go ahead and I'm going to do a little panoramic here. All right. Warning.
Burned area, prone to falling rocks and trees.
Right.
Forget the bears, people. Look out for the trees.
We know every. No, hear every.
So what do you guys think about Glacier National Park? Jake?
That one is pretty cool.
Is that it? Give me some words to describe it. Some good describing words of Glacier National Park.
Tons of mountains.
Okay.
Cool rocks.
Think. What are some of the things we've seen?
We got to see a whole bunch of cool wildlife that was pretty cool.
Like what?
Like mountain goats, rams,
Deer.
bears, We didn't see that.
Bear.
National
Yeah,
Park, but we saw them.
yeah.
We saw. We've seen deer. We've seen moose.
Rebecca,
What?
so what do you think about Glacier National Park?
I think it's awesome. It's so cool because there is amazing views, obviously. Like, how can you say no to the views?
How can you say no to the views? All right, that's good. All right, Mom, what about you?
Pretty awesome. I was gonna say that.
I like the cedar smell.
Yeah.
Just when you're
I like
walking
the
around in the
smell
woods.
of the pines,
Yeah.
evergreens. You definitely get it. I like the moss makes everything like kind of quiet when you're in the woods.
Yeah.
It's definitely been good to get out of the car and get on the trail. And it's not too crowded today, so
No.
that makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, Sundays are not the days to come to Glacier. It's usually smashed and then they full of people and it's really hard to get in. And it's probably the day that if you're going to come to Glacier National Park, it'll be the day you're turned away and told go back home because there's not enough room in the end, or Glacier National Park. But this is pretty nice.
Yep.
These trails, what do you think about these trails? It's kind of crazy, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good.
Here, let me-
They had a
Keep talking.
epic
Walk backwards and talk with me. We've never done this before.
this is the new gimmick.
New
on
gimmick.
YouTube.
Ah, my leg.
This
I
is
ran
where
into
the
something. Sticker bush.
Video goes viral because we
I'll make you
die.
Fall. We die.
Okay, this is.
All right, let's turn it back around. Turn it around. So tell me about the trails, babe. What's your thoughts about these?
I will say
It's kind
that.
of crazy.
First of all, look at these trees. They're like so big.
I know.
Anyway, sorry, distraction. So when we got here and we stopped and talked to some rangers, we did get a nice day hike guide, and there's what 700 miles of trails.
700 miles of trails.
Inside the park, so that's pretty awesome. And there's different levels of trails for everybody. I always like that when you've got beginner trails that are easily marked. You've got intermediate trails. You've got advanced hiking trails. And there's even handicap accessible trails, so the park
Yeah.
is really attainable for
For pretty much anybody.
which is pretty cool.
How y'all doing?
This one Polish band
No.
called the Igniska Quartet.
But I think that these trails, though, it's kind of crazy. Normally when you go into the woods and you see these the trails, if you noticed, you've got a gravel mixture, compact, and then you got dirt on top of it.
But these are designed for
Handy-
horses.
I don't think these are horses. I think these are handicap accessible because it's kind of like a hard pack. If you wanted to take a wheelchair through here, you could easily do it. But for hikers, it's amazing. But this is, which trail is this?
This is
John-
John's Lake.
John's Lake Trail. It's like 2 miles long.
Yeah, this trail's not handicap accessible.
It's not handicap accessible.
Oh, we climbed up a big hill.
You can push up a big hill. Anyways, they're really nice. Okay, so like I said, you can tell that this is from the standpoint of how wide it is. We've been on a lot of trails that are full of rocks and roots, and this is very well maintained on a regular basis. You can
Yeah.
definitely see that.
Definitely.
So, are you ready to get back down the trail?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Goodbye.
But
Look at how awesome these trees are. Like, seriously, they're huge.
Keep walking, guys. You're so funny. All right, so we are here at Glacier National Park, and I think one of the things that we found last week and this week, I would highly recommend is that either pack your lunch and hurry up and get on the road in the morning, or if you don't hurry up and pack your lunch, then buy lunch at the lodge.
Yeah.
Reason why is because if you
Once
don't
you're
get in,
inside the park, yeah.
yeah, once you're in the park, because if you try to buy lunch outside of the park, then there's a good chance you might not get back in, or might not get in at all, because they'll sometimes close the road down. We experienced that on last Sunday.
Yeah, it was pretty busy.
Yeah. You guys at max capacity here?
Yep.
All right.
We'll open in a couple hours.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it, folks. It does reach max capacity, so I guess you shouldn't come in the afternoon, especially on the weekend. So I think it's probably especially a concern if you're visiting on the weekend.
Yes.
When people are, you know, here and visiting, and more so than during the week. But we've had really good luck, other than Sunday.
Yeah.
We've had really good luck.
To be able to just drive around the gate, really.
Yeah, really.
No real long big waits.
Nope.
Even when we go up to the road to the sun,
Yeah.
Logan's Pass. You just gotta, when you get up there, you gotta drive around and kind of wait for people to come out. But I mean, I don't think longest we've waited maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little bit stressful, I think, up there because there's very limited parking, very limited. And right now they're not running any of the buses, so everybody is, you know,
trying to get a parking spot.
And there may be 100 parking spaces, which sounds like a lot, but yeah, it's like a free-for-all up there when somebody pulls out.
Yeah, you'll have people try to stand, and as long as you're just really patient, parking spots do come available. You'll even have people jump out of the car and try to save. They try to limit that, the rangers will, but you know, if you stay patient, you'll get a parking spot and you'll be able to see the park, be able to see Logan's Pass. I highly recommend it. There's two really good hikes. They've got one hike where you can walk along a cliff. It's called Highline Trail, and the other one is Hidden Lake.
We've not had any luck with Hidden Lake this trip. It's been closed because of the bears.
Yeah, even the law enforcement, when they're off here in the park because they live on site, they're not even allowed to go out there and hike on that trail. So it's funny talking to them, and because there's so much bear activity up there right now. So anyways, we thought we'd share some of this advice with you guys. We got some more advice about Glacier National Park coming up. Yep. But I think we're gonna go hopefully jump on a trail.
We're hoping to hike Avalanche Trail.
Yes.
We've been here 2 weeks, and every time we've been in the park, that trail has been closed. So
yeah,
again, due to bear activity, so many trails have been closed due to bear activity.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to be able to hike it. It's supposed to be a really cool hike. So we're gonna go check it out.
Crazy. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Where are you heading to, Becca?
We are heading to a boardwalk trail.
A boardwalk, the Avalanche Trail?
Yeah, the Avalanche Trail.
Avalanche Trail?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah. It is pretty fun.
It is. You got some pretty cool looking trees all around. What do you think, Becca?
I think it's awesome.
It's pretty neat back in here.
Look how fast that tree is.
Ah, some big old. What are these kind of trees, honey?
So let's say we've got Western red cedar, black cottonwood, and Western hemlock. So we'll have to see if we can tell the difference. See how the cedar is kind of fat needles, and they're kind of soft and like skinny.
Mm-hmm.
And this one looks more like a regular tree, and then that it's like a pine tree. You are among the ancients here. Some of these trees were young when Peter the Great ruled Russia. Mozart dazzled the courts of Europe. Thomas Jefferson crafted the Declaration of Independence. And Sacagawea helped guide Lewis and Clark to the Pacific. The United States fought its Civil War, and the Wright brothers took to the air above Kitty Hawk. Throughout that time, the Kootenai and Salish peoples have revered this as a sacred place with special qualities that still remain for you to discover as you walk among these silent titans, what stories these trees could tell.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go,
Come over here. So what do you think about Avalanche? Avalanche is the falls? Avalanche Falls?
It's on the Avalanche Lake Trail, so yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So it's definitely pretty. We've only gone up maybe a quarter?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe
Not very far.
yeah. So
But
about a
it's,
quarter ways. I would have to say this is probably by far one of my most favorite hikes here in Glacier National Park.
Definitely.
I mean, it's every corner you turn, there's something else. It's definitely, I would say, a must-see if you come here. You know, after you get past Logan's Pass, getting up here and checking out Avalanche Fall Trail, I guess, Lake Trail. It would be my second place I would definitely come and visit. What about you?
Absolutely. I mean, the water in Glacier is pristine.
Yeah,
but
second to
this
none
is-
in the United States. I've never seen nothing like it.
This is even more pristine. It's like blue and clear, and you can see all the way to the bottom. It's gorgeous.
It's definitely worth it. All right, let's get going. What did you see?
Beautiful. Prince of the Woods.
What? It's just weird. What do you think, Becca? Is that weird?
Well, that's weird.
Your mom said she wants to see a unicorn prancing through the woods.
Actually, I want to actually see a unicorn walking through the woods. But it would be cool.
All right. So, Avalanche Lake Trail. I would definitely say the scenery changes quite often. Every corner you turn, come on over here, Al. Every corner we turn, there is something brand new to see. It is definitely by far, I would think, that's one of my favorite trails here in Glacier.
I think it's really cool. Turn this way a little bit.
Sure.
Look back there. Look how dense those trees are. There's not a lot of underbrush here. They've done a good job of keeping out any invasive species like we have back in Indiana. But I mean, just the density of the trees is kind of astounding.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Everybody's kind of quiet right now.
Yeah.
We've been going up for probably the past, I don't know, half an hour.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer? Yeah.
Like 45 minutes to an hour.
But everybody that we've also passed has said it's worth it. So you will see with us if it's worth it or not. So when I get up there, I know that us videotaping with a GoPro, you can't always tell, you can't really get the full magnitude of what we're seeing, but it'll give you kind of a glimpse so that when you come to Glacier, you'll kind of have an idea of what this trail has to offer. Anyways, I'm losing my breath, so I'm gonna let you jump off here and keep walking for the next 10 minutes to get there. See you in a minute. Little snippet here, Mom.
Okay.
All right, so here, Avalanche Lake.
We are.
Avalanche Lake. And so you can actually see why we are here.
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty amazing. I would say
Look at that.
definitely a trail that I would say you definitely want to go to and check out. What's your thoughts, babe?
It's awesome. I mean, look, there's 1, 2, 3 waterfalls that are feeding into this lake, and then there's there's a stream running along it the whole time that you can hear rushing, and it's just pretty.
It is. It's pretty
Pretty
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
So, like I said, this is the Johnsons, one of our favorite places to come.
Yes.
Here at Glacier.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure. So we've got 1 and 2. So the first one was Logan's Pass, and here we're at Avalanche Lake.
Yep.
And then we'll take you to our last but not least place that we love to go. And I'm
We've
sure
been like what? How many times have we been there? 4 or 5 times?
4 or 5 times
Yeah.
to McDonald Lake.
Yeah.
And so we highly recommend them 3 places. But I'm sure there's a lot of other places
Oh,
here in
There's
Glacier
like what?
that we
700
haven't.
miles of trails.
700
so
miles
I'm
of
sure
trails.
there's
So yeah, there's
tons
lots of
happening.
places to be able to go. But these are our 3 that we focused on. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
3.
What do you think, Becca?
I got like 5.
Nice.
No, you just threw multiple rocks at once.
I know.
You like
I was like, just throw and take off.
I'm gonna try to skip one.
oh
This one's amazing.
maybe. It turns out to be terrible.
Watch this. Watch. Ready? See if it's amazing. Jacob, you're in my way. You're totally in my way.
I barely touched you.
You totally interrupted my flow.
It's so
Oh,
it's so rated.
how much you
It's
touched me.
rated.
Yeah, but it was like at the end of my throat. And I was like, oh, that would have been an amazing shot.
Hey, do not try to skip a rock now.
Okay, this is gonna be a bad one.
Go for it, Jake.
All right.
Jake's totally good. Jake's good at it.
Yes. I got 4. But like they're like itty bitty skip stuff.
Don't be a Jake, Danny.